Now, till now we have studied about parenchyma, collenchyma. In parenchyma we have studied about different types of parenchyma. Collenchyma we have studied about lamellar. Majumdar has divided collenchyma that into lamellar, annular and angular, and collenchyma gives mechanical strength. It has the habit of elasticity in the cells. Now, another one we are having another important type of simple tissue we have is sclerenchyma. Now, this sclerenchyma is a type of, these type of tissues are long narrow cells with thick walls and the thick lignified walls. These are long narrow cells with thick lignified walls and they have numerous pits in them. And this type of cells, sclerenchyma cells, are normally dead cells, and as they are dead cells there will be no protoplasm. The major function for sclerenchyma is again to give the mechanical strength of the body. Now, this type of sclerenchyma gives mechanical strength and gives protection to almost all types of organs in the plant body which has sclerenchyma. Now, on the basis of the variations in the form and on the basis of the variation of the form and structure, sclerenchyma on the basis of form, variation in the form, structure and development. Sclerenchyma can be studied under two categories. Those are sclerates and fibers. Okay. What are sclerates? These are extremely thick walled cells and these are maybe stellate shaped, T-shaped, dumbbell shaped or even stellate in shape. These are extremely thick walled sclerenchymatous tissue or cells which are either T-shaped, dumbbell shape or stellate shape, and these are also dead cells with narrow lumen. And normally these are found in the walls. These are normally found, where do we find these sclerates? We find the sclerates in the walls of nuts, pulp of fruits. What type of fruits we will see? We will see in guava, sapota. These all examples may come as your multiple choice questions. Like sclerates are seen in what type of fruits? Guava, sapota, pear, and in some of the seed coats of some legumes. These examples are important. These examples make you one multiple choice. So, sclerates are a type of thick walled dead sclerenchymatous tissues with narrow lumen. It may be either T-shaped or dumbbell shaped or stellate. Now, this type of tissue is normally seen in all the walls of the nuts, in the pulp of fruits, guava, like guava, sapota, pear, and it is also seen in the seed coats of some leguminous plants. What is the use of the sclerates here? A sclerate has a it will be mainly useful for giving the mechanical strength. Mechanical strength, or we can also say that it is also useful for the mechanical support to the organs. This is about sclerates. There was an anatomist called Tisserk in 1889. He classified sclerates into different types. So, you may get questions not only from just what is sclerite, you may get the questions on the classification he has given. Now, sclerates are of the 4 types according to him. Now, what are the sclerates? According to him, the first sclerite is called as stone cells. Now, what are stone cells? It is also called as brachysclerates. The first type of sclerate according to Tisserk is brachysclerates. It is also called as stone cells. And what are these type of sclerates? It is, this type of sclerates includes more or less all the isodiametric cells. Now, where are these stone cells or brachysclerites found? These are found in all the bark of the stems. It is found in the pith. It is found in the phloem. It is found in the cortex. It is found in the endocarp. This will make you one multiple choice, and it is also found in the fleshy portions of some fruits. You may get a choice, brachysclerites or stone cells, which type of fruits it is present. So, the example for this is, these are isodiametric cells. These are normally seen in the bark, pith, phloem, cortex, endocarp, and also in the fleshy parts of the fruits. Example for stone cells is guava, custard apple, sapota, and pulpy fruits of pyrus also, in Pyrus cuminous. So, stone cells are also called as brachysclerites. These are having more or less isodiametric cells. These are normally seen in the bark, pith, phloem, cortex, and endocarp, and also in the fleshy portions of the fruits. The examples is guava, custard apple, sapota, and Pyrus cuminous. So, you may get a multiple choice basing on these examples, which sclerite is seen. Second type is macrosclerites. These are also called as rod cells. These are also called as columnar cells. Macrosclerites are also called as rod cells or columnar cells. These are also called as Malpighian cells. Now, where they are present? These are present in the seed coat of all the Fabaceae members. They are present in 2 to 3 layers continuously, in the seed coats. And these are largely seen in the cortex of stems, and normally we can see in the seed coats of Fabaceae members. In Fabaceae plants, in the seed coat 2 to 3 layers, you will see the presence of macrosclerites, and again you will also see largely seen in the cortex of all the stems and leaves. Macrosclerites or we can also call it like brachysclerites are stone cells, macrosclerites are rod cells. These are also called as columnar cells. These are Malpighian cells. These are the cells which are present in layers in the seed coat of all Fabaceae members, and these are largely seen in the cortex of stems and leaves. Third one is osteosclerites. These are also rod shaped with dilated ends. Now, these are common in the leaves of all the dicots and the seed coats. Now, where you see this osteosclerites, you will see the seeds in osteosclerites in leaves of hecke, and you will also see in the seed coats of peas. Leaf of osmanthus, leaves of osmanthus fragments. Osteosclerites are the sclerites which are rod shaped with dilated ends, and these are normally seen in the leaves of the dicots and the seed coats. Now, the examples are very important from which you can frame a question. The leaves, osteosclerites are visible in mostly, you can see clearly in leaves of hecke plant, hecke, seed coats of peas, and leaves of osmanthus fragrans. So, the questioning framing will be, you will be given a choice of this Any one will be given and will be asked what type of sclerites are seen in these plants. Okay. Next one is astrosclerites. Now, as the name itself indicates, astro means star shape. If the sclerite is star shape, then those are called as astrosclerites. Now, where star shape? Now, where are these present? These are present in the petioles and also the lamina of the leaves. They are stored in the, they are found in the petioles and lamina of the leaves, and these sclerites are in the star shape. So, these are the 4 types of sclerites. These are the 4 types of sclerite basing on the classification of Testrick. Okay. Now, one more, either the sclerite may be a normal type or it may be having 4 types which are divided according to an anatomist, and there are in between intermediate type of sclerites are there. There are 2 types of intermediate types, intermediate sclerites. What are intermediate sclerites? This was the classification given by an anatomist called as Bloch in the year 1946. Like we have 2 anatomists here. One is Testrick, who gave 4 brachysclerites, rod cells, stone cells, these are called as asterosclerites or astrosclerites. Now, another anatomist is there called as Bloch in the year 1946. He said that yes, sclerites may be of normal sclerite type. Maybe there is a possibility as per these 4 types of sclerites given by Testrick, there may be a possibility of intermediate type of sclerites. So, Bloch said there are 2 types of sclerites. According to Bloch, sclerites are of 2 types. Those are called as trichosclerites, and another one is called as filiform sclerites. Give you one multiple choice question. 2 multiple choice questions are here. As now here, where do you find the trichosclerites? In hydrophytes like Nymphia, according to Bloch in the year 1946, we have 2 sclerite forms. The first one is trichosclerites and another form is called as filiform sclerites form. Now, as per your syllabus multiple choice question pattern, trichosclerites are those cells in some, for example, in hydrophytes like Nymphia, the idioblast cells which are present will become branched, and these included into becomes branched and included into the intercellular spaces. Now, these intercellular spaces are also called as internal glands or internal hairs, or it is also called as internal hairs or trichosclerites. Idioblasts become branched and show intercellular spaces. So, these are called as internal hairs or trichosclerites. Normally, this type of trichosclerites can be seen in the cortex of the aerial roots of the plant Monstera delicosa. This is very important. You may get a multiple choice from here. Cortex of aerial roots of Monstera delicosa shows which type of sclerites? Trichosclerites. Of all the sclerites which we have been studying till now, this is there. And filiform sclerites, these are narrow and these appear like fibers. Narrow and appear like fibers. Now, the cell walls of the sclerites are lignified cell wall. A lignified cell wall is there, and this type of sclerites are seen in the cortex of the aerial roots of Monstera and leaves of Olea. These 2 examples are very important. This, as per your question bank syllabus, these questions are there. Monstera and leaves of aerial roots of Monstera and leaves of Olea. So, this ends with the sclerites. Sclerites, we have here 2 classifications. Normal sclerites we have studied, what is the structure and composition, and the 4 different types of sclerites given by Testrick, and another one type, intermediate type of sclerites given by Bloch. Those are trichosclerites and filiform sclerites. Trichosclerites are also called as internal heads, and filiform sclerites are narrow and appear like fibers, that is why they are called as filiform sclerites, and the cell walls are lignified. Both will show in the cortex of aerial roots of Monstera delicosa. Here they are seen in the Monstera as well as in the leaves of the oleum. Till now we have studied about sclerites, types of sclerites, what is the function of sclerite. Another component is fibers. What are fibers here? This is the diagram of fiber, and the fibers are normally elongated cells with narrow lumen. These are having thick secondary walls with oblique ends. These are elongated cells with narrow lumen, thick secondary walls with oblique ends. These type of structures are called as fibers, and these fibers are sclerenchymatous cells with these are the sclerenchymatous cells which are mainly used for the mechanical strength of the plant body. Now, on the basis of further the sclerites, on the basis of the origin of the fibers, from where these fibers have been originated, the fibers have been classified, and on the basis of the economic importance of the fibers, on the basis of origin and economic importance, the fibers are classified into three types. Fibers are divided into three types: surface fibers, another is wood fiber, another is bast fiber. Now, what are surface fiber? These are the surface fibers, are the fibers which are found in the testa of various seeds, or these are forming the coverings on fruits. So, for example, for this will be cotton fibers. Next, wood fibers. These are the wood fibers are the fibers which are found in the xylem. Xylem fibers are also called as xylem, and also these are found in the stems and root xylems. Root xylem and stem xylem. This type of fiber is called as wood fiber, or these are also called as xylary fibers. Example is Aristolachia. Okay, next one is bast fibers. These are the fibers which can be obtained from pericycle and phloem of various plants. So, example for this is hemp, cannabinus. So, what will happen in hemp? The pericyclar region will produce this type of fibers. Those are called as bast fibers, and these are the type of fibers which are being classified. Fibers are the narrow, thick lumen, and these are three types. Surface fibers are the fibers which are present on the surface of the surface area, like testa of various, it is present in the testa of various seeds. It is also present on the covering of fruits. Example for is all the cotton fibers come under surface fibers. Wood fibers, example Aristolachia. All the xylary fibers, or the fibers which are present in the stem xylem or in the root xylem, those are called as wood fibers. Bast fibers are those fibers which are useful for the cannabinus or hemp plants. This pericycle will produce the bast fibers. Now, basically, what is the use of fibers here? We said as earlier, why we are studying about fibers is also one of the type of sclerenchymatous tissue which is helpful in giving the mechanical strength to the plant body and saves the plant from various stress and strains which caused by the environmental factors. What do you mean by stress and strains of environmental factors? Like for example, we have climatic changes, we get floods, we get rain or heavy winds, strong winds are there. So this type of strong winds, sometimes these winds may cause some stress and strain to the plant body. So to protect or to avoid or to control that drastic changes, immediate changes in the atmosphere, these type of fibers may also help in the providing the mechanical strength to the plant body.